Got a Kansept knife here. Kansept. It is, how do you say it? The Hellx? MIKKEL Williamson, which we know I'm a fan. Stonewash D2, Jade, G10. Come on. Almost 3 3/4 inch blade. And it feels substantial. It's got some heft. Okay, yeah, I remember this one. This is a typical looking MIKKEL. Yeah. Big knife. It's a big one. Man, that's a lot of packaging, right? All right. Look at this thing. Steel liners, Jade G10. Kind of smooth texture. I mean, it's got a texture, but in the end, it's pretty smooth. And it's a butt lock, back flipper. It's got jimping. It's got jimping on the spine. Let's get that blade out. Ooh, look at this thing. Yeah, I mean, MIKKEL Williamson, right? Look at it. If that doesn't say MIKKEL, I don't know what does. It's got the logo here, or the name, Hellx, MIKKEL Williamson. And then on this side, we've got D2 and a serial number. Kansept logo. Yeah. Very comfortable. Definitely MIKKEL-ish right here. It's got a pretty prominent choke up with combat jimping. Wonderful jimping. The palm rests in this jimping here. Yep, really locked in this. So if you're a choke up person, you like to choke up on your knife, you know, when you grab it, you want to go here. Man, this is a dream. Woo! Try that button. I mean, it's a guillotine, but like most button locks, it's a timing thing. You gotta get that timing down. I'm trying to figure out how to hold the knife and run this button. Got a little bit of play in it, just the tiniest little bit. And it still does. There we go. Yeah, it's still guillotine action. You don't want to get your fingers in front of that big blade, man. When it's coming, it's coming. I wonder if I can function this off of the blade. Yep, there's a thumb flick. What about a spidey flick? Not so much on the spidey flick, and I'm not going to try again because, and it's got a pretty good detent. That button is providing a pretty solid little, look at it, pull it in right there. Yeah, I mean, well, let's get in it. Let's take it apart. Let's see what's up in here. Is that captured? Ooh, well, the barrel's on the wrong side. I can tell you that. Yeah, it's got me coming out the wrong side of the knife. Let's see if we can't remedy that when we put it back together. Maybe one of those. Let's find out. Nope, we're free. So what I want to see is, get a little bit of oil in here. It's not going to hurt to wipe it down a little bit. Is this pivot, can I go from the bottom up? Yeah, it's not captured anyway, so we'll reverse that. That will make me happy going back. Honestly, some pretty simple wipe down. we'll clean and lube these bearings, put it back together. We move pretty quickly through this piece, I think. Whew, that is a big chunk of D2 steel right there. Look at it. Nice. Nice, big, tall flat grind. I mean, wow. That thing should be sharp. Pretty. I mean, this G10, look at this backspacer. Nice and sharp jimping on it. Really nice. And boy, it makes me think this thing would be stunning with some purple on it. On that translucent jade G10. I think it would be awesome. I'm not going to do it for a video because this thing's probably going to end up in the purge. And what I would tell you is if it ends up in the purge, you want me to dye it purple for you, I'll be happy to do it. Happy. Yep. That whole dyeing scales now with the mason jars and using a bigger pan to set the jar completely submerged, at least to the depth of the liquid. You know, that whole process. I mean, man, it's so simple for me now that to just dye one knife, it's nothing. Yeah, very simple. Pivot. Yeah, really easy to do all that now. And, you know, I don't have to mix anything. And, you know, it's all pre-done. I just got to set the mason jar in boiling water, let it heat up, set the scale in it for, you know, 5 minutes or so, depending on how dark I want it to go, which my purples lately have been so dark, I mean, like on the edge of black, right? Like, is it black or is it purple? That kind of, ooh, how about a little bit of lubrication? How about that, right there? A little lube's always good, right? All right. Yeah, so if you're interested in this and it ends up in a purge, be happy you purchase it. Just let me know, hey man, could you dye that up for me? Same thing with putting an edge on it. I mean, if you want me to put an edge on a knife, you buy it from me, take it in the purge, I'd be happy to do it. I mean, it'd be great during a purge if 2 or 3 pieces were going that way. I just create some content. I just show, you know, like all, you know, both or all 3 pieces being dyed and sharpened and sent off to their new owners. Package them up. Purges are going to come a little more steady than they have been. I'm going to try to get a purge down every week now. Now, they may not be 10 or 12 or 15 knives in each one. Maybe there's only 5 in a purge, but I'm going to try to get a purge video every week. Now, I noticed that I'm missing a screw. Of course. Yeah, it can't go smooth, right? That was way too fast, way too smooth. Okay, got it. Yeah, tried to escape, man. Got caught in the swamp. Alright, let's snug these up. Considering I didn't find any lubrication in there, something tells me that this thing may run even better than it was. And it was running pretty good. So I want to check its blade centering, because I can adjust that right here. It's off just a hair. Ooh, got that pivot just a little too tight. A little bit. This one. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Well, let's give it a final wipe, get a good look at it. All right. What do we think of this action? I mean, as button locks go, it's got a great detent. Sucks it in there. Same thing on the top. I mean, it's got good detent on it. There is timing like every button lock, but you know, now that I'm getting a feel for it, I mean, this thing runs like a dream. It's wonderful. So, I mean, it's A-level action. It is. Big budget knife, D2, you know, definitely designed to get up in here. I mean, if you're whittling or making shavings for, you know, twirls for a fire or whatever, man, like legit. Very powerful grip, but you can grip back here. Takes advantage of the finger guard. This back grip, not so confident, confident, very confident. I mean, it's a confident grip, absolutely, up in here. Really confident in hand. It's one of the things I like about MIKKEL's designs is that they're so good in hand, you know. And when you look at it, I mean, listen, my Bravo is still in my pocket. It's been trying to get bumped out, but not quite. I mean, can you see the design similarities here? You know, I mean, very similar designs. I think one of the things I like so much about this kubey is that the grip was really made here. Can you choke up on this one? It gives you this, but clearly that's like an afterthought. This is the primary. This design here, I mean, I'm not so sure that it wasn't designed for this to be more of the primary right there. But very similar. Very, very similar. Yep. I mean, listen, if you're doing it and you're doing it right, I mean, ask Hinder, right? I mean, he's collaborated on a few knives with a few companies, and oddly enough, they all kind of look like it, you know. And of course, even the copies of the stuff that people make to look like his stuff look like it. Yeah, really good ergonomics, though. Very comfortable in hand. Let's check the pocket clip real quick. I don't think we're going to run into any issues here. It's going to hit that big stuff and go all the way home. Does not have a lot of tension. None at all. Yeah, that thing would fly out of pocket. We're going to fix that. I'm going to put some tension on it. Okay, what do we got? Big, thick stuff. Better. Yeah, it's hanging up a little bit there, but it got past it pretty good. Excellent tension on that clip now. Yeah, same thing here. This is standard jean size material. Wonderful tension there. And then, of course, my spot in the back pocket. Wonderful. Yeah, just took a little, just needed a little attention. All right, so wonder if it can make blade contact anywhere here. Now, the tip's recessed, the clip's wonderful, and then I'm confident I can handle this knife any way I want. As long as the blade is closed, the knife is safe. Yep. All right. Let's check that big, tall, flat grind of a blade. Oh, I just love that slow run through thin paper. I'm not even gonna do any more. That's enough for me. It may not be enough for you. I know that some require pretty rigorous sharpness tests, but that does it for me. Whew. Yeah, man. Sharp. There's almost a secondary bevel right there. I think if you were cutting, you could definitely catch that spot right there and use that as a bevel. And then you, as a, you know, a tip, there's a little spot right there. But yeah, wow. All right, price and availability. How much and where's the best spot that I know to go? Okay, so man, there's a lot of versions of this, but there's three main versions. There's the button lock version, which these are about $45 at White Mountain Knives. If you use the DM10 code, they're like $50, and then DM10 in the coupon slot will get it down to about $45 for you. There's a non-button lock version, same materials, but so many colors and configurations. There's black and stonewashed and, purple and green and gray. Like, there is a lot of different versions of this with the button and without the button. But without the button version is $40, so you're about $36 with the 10% off. And then the final version is an upgraded version that's a liner or a frame lock in S35VN titanium scales. And that one looks to be, it looks like it's about $120. So, that puts you just over $100 with the discount code. Shows to be discontinued. I will say, watch for that last version, the upgraded version, on the channel. You'll see one of those here sometime in the future. Yeah. All right. Kansept Hellx or Hellx. Yep. Appreciate y'all watching.